Welcome back to our course on multivariable calculus. In this lecture, we are going to talk about triple integrals, that is cylindrical coordinates. So this is one type of a coordinate in which also we can perform the requirements of the integration. So what do we mean by this coordinate systems? So let us start with that one. In double integrals, we have seen the concept of converting the rectangular coordinates into polar coordinates. Similar type of argument is going to take place in three-dimensional setup, that is cylindrical coordinates, in which suppose you have an axis like this. Sorry, you have an axis like this. Let this be x-axis and let this be y-axis and let this be z-axis, and you take a point somewhere here, and this angle we measure it as theta. This is how we do things in two-dimensional setup, right? So this xy shall also be written as what, r cos theta and r sin theta. So as a two-dimensional thing I am writing now. So this one in polar coordinates we refer this as r comma theta. Since it is in three dimension, along with this one we are going to add 0 also, and you take some point over here, and this is the general point P, and this distance let that be z itself. So this point we measure represent as r comma theta comma z. So in cylindrical coordinates we make use of the ideas r, theta and z. So what is going to be x here? If you have to convert your rectangular coordinates into polar coordinates, your x is going to be r cos theta and y is going to be r sin theta, and z remains z as it is. So this is how the conversion of rectangular to cylindrical coordinates takes place, right? First, we will do things only in two dimension, that is in xy plane alone. We will convert the rectangular coordinates into polar coordinates, and the z is to be kept as it is. Now you may ask me, what if z also changes? Yes, that can also change. In that case, the conversion will move into spherical coordinates, which is to be discussed later. Okay, now we have this one, and let us get into some basic problems relating to it. So the first problem is in which we have two subdivision. Plot the point with cylindrical coordinates. Two comma 2 pi upon 3 comma 1, and find its rectangular coordinates. So it would be easy for you. First you convert this cylindrical coordinates into rectangular coordinates. It is given that r is equal to 2 and theta is 2 pi upon 3 and z is equal to 1. So from this, if you convert your x, what is your x? It is r cos theta. So it is 2 times of cos 2 pi upon 3. So what is cos 2 pi upon 3? It is 360. 2 pi is 360 upon 3 is 120. So cos 120. What is cos 120? That you will have to find out too. What is cos 120? Let us see that. And y is equal to r sin theta, and this is 2 times of sin 2 pi upon 3. So it is also okay. 120 means we shall write this as 90 plus 30. So cos 90 plus 30 degrees. This is sin 90 plus 30 degrees. So it is going to be 2 times of sin 30 degrees, and this is 2 times of cos 30 degrees. So cos 30 is 1 upon 2 times 2 multiplied with 1 upon 2, and here it's going to be 2 multiplied with under root 3 upon 2. So it is simply 1, it is root 3 if I am not wrong, and z remains 1 as it is. So in rectangular coordinates this is going to be 1 root 3 and 1, and just a minute. Sorry guys, here we'll have minus, so it is going to be minus 2 times of 1 upon 2, so it is going to be minus 1. So the coordinate is minus 1 under root 3 comma 1. So if you try to plot these things in a graph, your x value has to take minus 1, so it is somewhere in here, and y value has to take root 3, it is 0.173 to somewhere here, and z is 1, so it has to be plotted in a space with negative z and positive y and positive z. It can take somewhere over here. Tentatively we are plotting a three-dimensional thing in a two-dimensional thing. Now you can just you'll have to make use of your imagination to see where it actually lands, right? So the next problem that we are going to see is we'll have to find the cylindrical coordinates of the point with rectangular coordinates (3, -3, -7). So we'll have to do the conversion. We are given that x is 3, y is -3, and z is -7. So from x and y we'll have to find out what r and theta. So to find r, it is under root x square plus y square. So it is going to be 3 square plus minus 3 square. So which is 9 plus 9, which is going to be 2 multiplied with 9. So it is 3 under root 2. R value is 3 under root 2, and theta is going to be tan inverse of y upon x. So it is tan inverse of minus 3 upon 3, which is tan inverse of minus 1. So if you have to have this in a positive sense, you may do so, or if you have to wish it in a negative sense, if it is a negative angle, you are going to have minus pi upon 4 or minus 45 degree. So if you have to convert it to a positive sense, you will just add 360 and see what is the thing that you are getting, right? So I just measured it in a negative 1, and z is going to be minus 7 as it is. So in cylindrical coordinates, it is going to be 3 under root 2 minus pi by 4 minus 7. So this is the thing. Now we are moving to the next problem, that is we are asked to describe the surface whose equation in cylindrical coordinates is z equals r. So we are simply given that z is r, and we will have to find out what this surface is. Now I think I shall do some mathematical calculation and show you the things graphically. If you convert this to a equation in rectangular coordinates, you may very well see that your z is under root x square plus y square, which turns to be z square equals x square plus y square. So you may very well see that it is the equation of a right circular cone with z axis as its axis. So you are going to have, so if this is your x and if this is your y, you are going to have, sorry about that, so you are going to have a cone something like this. Okay, let us see that one graphically using the tool that we always talk about, that is GeoGebra tool. So just a minute, I have not done it. So what was the thing? Z square equals x square plus y squared. You may very well see. So this is not only about the positive sense, it can be about the negative sense as well. So we are going to have a cone of this side. Why is it happening? That we can see. Okay. So you can refer to the general equation. So it is x square plus y square is equal to z square tan square alpha. So alpha is the this is the general equation of right, sir. General equation of a cone. Here this quantity has to be 1. So the angle that we take is 45 degrees, so that it is 1, and we have this as the equation. Right? It is simply given like this. Okay, if we do it by cylindrical coordinates itself, so your z value has to be equal to r. What is r? R is this distance, right? So your z value has to be equal to this distance. So you just try to move this one and see what is happening. You just, your r may be somewhere here, or your r may be somewhere here. You just do the things. You may very well see that you are getting this cone. Okay. Next, we are about to evaluate triple integrals using cylindrical coordinates. So, how are we going to do it? Suppose over a solid we will integrate, and the solid we denote by e. Suppose we have a function of 3 variables, this is to be evaluated. Okay. Now, what we will do is, supposing supposing you have a wedge like this. Okay, here you may very well see that along z axis the value is fixed, but along x and y thing you have a functions of x and y. Okay, so this one may be treated as some function of x and y, and this one may be treated as some other function of x and y. Here your z value is fixed. So this integral will turn to be double integral over d to the integral u1 of x comma y to u2 of xy, and this function is to be integrated with respect to z, and then we integrate with respect to a. Okay, so now the triple integral is to be converted to a double integral and then do the things. When things are like this, here we may see that it is like a curved shape. So when we have curve, that is a circle kind of a thing, we will convert things into polar coordinates and do the integration. Exactly the same we will do. So the integration actually becomes your triple integral over e f x y z dv becomes integral alpha to beta, integral h1 of theta to h2 of theta, and integral u1 of r cos theta comma r sin theta to u2 r cos theta comma r sin theta, f of r cos theta comma r sin theta comma z and r dz d theta, sorry, dr and d theta. Here you may very well see that first it is going to consist of both r and theta, so z has to be integrated first, right? And then this is a function of theta, so this is two circles, which means based on the angle only they are going to differ. Whether it is here or it is here is decided only by the angle. So then we'll integrate with respect to r, and finally with respect to theta. When we convert the area into a polar coordinates, we are going to have this extra r that we know from the double integral ideas. Let us now get into the problem. A solid E lies within the cylinder x squared plus y squared equals 1 below the plane z is equal to 4 and above the paraboloid z is equal to 1 minus x squared minus y squared. The density at any point is proportional to its distance from the axis of the cylinder. Find the mass of E. So as we have seen in the applications of multiple integrals, mass. So mass is going to be triple integral over E density dV. Okay, this we know for sure. So from the given thing we will have to identify our things. Okay, so it is within the cylinder. So cylinder x square plus y square equals 1. Supposing you have, this is your axis. Now identify x square plus y square equals 1. Let this be x axis and let this be y axis. So you are going to have a circle of this sort in xy plane. Okay, and so this shall be extended throughout. So you can extend this throughout z axis. So similar parallel to z axis, you can extend the circle and see it is an infinite cylinder, but it is bounded between the plane z is equal to 4. Suppose if this is your point z is equal to 4, then so this region above which it cannot go, below which it can go, but between the paraboloid x square z is equal to 1 minus x square 1 minus x square minus y square, it is given. So you are going to have something of actually you have something of this sort. I think I can show you the workings on GeoGebra that you may very well see. So first what we have is x square plus y square equals 1. That is wait, I think let me delete this one and so what we have is x squared plus y squared equals 1. So you have this cylinder, right? I think it is, sorry for the inconvenience. Let me plot from the beginning. So we are given with the cylinder x squared plus y squared equals 1. So we have this cylinder which is bounded between the plane z is equal to 4. So it is cut like this. So only the part below this plane is to be considered, and we have a paraboloid which is z is equal to 1 minus x squared minus y squared. So if you see above the positive axis, okay, I think if I shift this to another color, you can see things very clearly. Let me make it in some other color. So above the paraboloid and below the plane, the cylinder part, that is to be considered. So this is the equation that we have. Okay, this is the solid that we have, to which we will have to integrate. Okay, so first, how are we going to do it? Okay, see to it that your z varies from where to where, and okay, which function is to be integrated? The density at any point is proportional to its distance from the axis of the cylinder. So here, what is the axis of the cylinder? It is z. So your density is proportional to from z to the distance. So from z to the distance means what? It is under root x square plus y square, which is r, right? So it is under root x square plus y square. This may be written as rho of xyz is equal to some kr, where k is the proportionality constant. R is what? Under root x square plus y square. So your integral. Okay, now we'll have to write down what is E. E is r, theta, and z. Here your z is varying from where to where? it is varying from this 1 minus this quantity to 4, and your theta varies from 0 to 2 pi and r varies from 0 to 1. So this is what we have. So if we convert these things into polar coordinates, cylindrical coordinates, we are going to have r theta is at 1 minus r square less than or equals to z less than or equals 4, and this one and this one. So your triple integral of kr dv is going to be integral 0 to 1, integral 0 to 2 pi, integral 1 minus r square to 4, and inner which you are going to have simply kr, and when you convert this dv into the requirements, you are going to have r, first dz, then d theta, and finally dr. Okay, you can very well see that this kr square is independent, so you can write this one to be k is a constant, you may take it outside, interval 0 to r, 0 to 1 r square dr, then interval 0 to 2 pi d theta, and integral just a minute, only theta you can take outside and the rest of the things you cannot take outside since z value involves this one. So first let us integrate with respect to z. You are just going to have z, so r squared, so z, for this you will have to substitute this limit, okay, and d theta dr is that. So when you substitute the limit, you are going to have this quantity to be k multiplied with interval 0 to 1, interval 0 to 2 pi. Already you have r squared. When you substitute the limit, you are going to have 4 minus of 1 minus r squared d theta dr, right? So it is k integral 0 to 1, integral 0 to 2 pi, it is 4r squared, actually when you do things, it is 3 plus r squared, so it is going to be 3r squared minus, I hope it's plus r power 4 d theta dr. Since it involves only r, you can split this integral 0 to 1 3r square plus r power 4 dr, integral 0 to 2 pi d theta. So it is k multiplied with 3r cube upon 3 plus r power 5 upon 5 integral 0 to 1, and this is theta over this limit 0 to 2 pi. So when you substitute 1, you are going to have 1 plus 1 upon 5, and when you substitute 0, you are just going to get 0, and this is simply 2 pi. So it is 6k upon 5 multiplied with 2 pi, so it is 12k pi upon 5. So this is the requirement. The next problem is just to evaluate integral minus 2 to integral minus 4 minus x square to under root 4 minus x square, then integral under root x square plus y square to x square plus y square dz dy dx. This integral is given in rectangular coordinates, but when we try to solve this as integral in rectangular coordinates, it is quite difficult to solve. So what are we going to do? Just think it. We will see this in the next lecture. Thank you.